Hello everyone and very good afternoon. So welcome back everyone to the today's session of our brand new chapter which is time value of money, and I'm your host CA Gaurav Chopra. So I welcome you all on behalf of ICI in the new chapter which is time value of money. So hello everyone, I can see your messages now and you all can comment to all our live. See Meher Praveen, Sanjay, and many more. So you can once message me so that I can see who all are with me today in the today's session. So we are going to start our new chapter, which is time value of money. And this chapter is one of the most important chapter, not only from the point of view of ICI foundation classes, but also from our practical life, from our practical point of view. So this chapter is used in our like practical life each and everywhere, whether we are doing our business, we are doing our job, we are doing our practice, but this chapter is required for everyone, whether the person belongs to arts, commerce, or science. Because in this chapter, we are going to talk about money, how to manage the money. And the most important thing is the time value of money. Like when we are receiving the money, how we are investing the money, and how much returns we are getting from the money. So this is one of the most important topic which we are going to start today. And the weightage of the chapter on an average is from 12 to 16 marks. Yes, the only chapter with the highest weightage, and that is from 12 to 16 marks. So this much is the weightage for time value of money. So we will divide this chapter into three portions. Okay, this chapter will be divided into three portions. First one will be simple interest. Second portion will be the compound interest. And the third one is annuity. So we will divide into three parts, three sessions. So in today's session, we will be talking about the simple interest, how to invest according to simple interest mode, and how much returns we are going to get from the simple interest. All right. So this thing is the introduction. Introduction says we require money for each and everything, whether we need a house, we need food, we need clothing, education, entertainment. So we require money. And the most important thing is like we not only require money today, but we also require money for future. For example, after 5 years, 6 years, that means after becoming CA, after getting good job, good position, we have to do our marriage ceremony. Then for that marriage ceremony, we require a lot of money. Let's just assume 25 lakhs rupees we require. Then how much we should save now? How much we should save every month so that we can accumulate 25 lakh rupees at the end of 5 years or at the end of 10 years. To such kind of situation, we will be analyzing in this session, which is of time value of money. Okay, so now a lot of messages are coming. I can see Prachi Chopra is live. Then Gunshita Keshravani, Faizan Pathan, Ashish Durgesh Gupta, Harsh, Meher Praveen, Sarvaswa Seni, Priyanshu, Malay, Diksha, Harnoor, Kalyani, Maniknath, Navneet, Devjit Sarma, Anshita, Shivashri, Shalini, great. Rajiv Kumar, Jagdeep, Lakshita, Arshdeep, Avinash, and lot more. Oh my God. Amazing, amazing. Welcome everyone to today's session. So now we are going to start the topic, which is the simple interest. So what do you mean by the term time value of money? See, if we receive rupees 100, and the second option is to receive rupees 100 1 year later, which is beneficial. First option is to receive rupees 100 today, and second option is to receive rupees 100 1 year later. Which one is beneficial? Of course, receiving today is beneficial. Why so? Because if we receive today, we will be able to invest that money anywhere in the bank, in post office, or in any kind of market, and we can earn the interest on it. If let's say the rate of interest is 10%, we invested 100 rupees today, We earn 10% as interest, and after 1 year, we will be having 110. So, of course, receiving today is more beneficial as compared to receiving 1 year later or 2 years later. So this is known as time value of money. So as soon as we receive the money, that is more valuable. All right. So now let us come to the topic, which is simple interest. So for studying this topic, we need to study the basic terminology. The first term is known as the interest. Whenever we invest some money, जब भी हम कोई पैसा इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, चाहे वो बैंक में करें या पोस्ट ऑफिस में, तो बैंक हमें क्या करती है, उस पे कुछ एक्स्ट्रा अमाउंट पे करती है. बैंक pays something extra to us. That extra amount, that additional amount is known as interest. Let us assume we deposited rupees 10,000 in the bank. हमने बैंक में 10,000 रुपीज इन्वेस्ट कर दिया. कुछ टाइम बाद बैंक ने हमको 12,000 रुपीज पे किया. बैंक ने वापस कितना पे किया? 12,000. सो 10 के बदले हमें कितना मिला? हाउ मच वी रिसीव? We received 12,000. So how much is the additional? So we received 2,000 extra. So this extra amount is known as interest. This additional money is known as interest. Okay. Then the principal, whatever amount we invested, जो पैसा हमने बैंक में डिपॉजिट किया है, इन्वेस्ट किया है, that invested sum is known as principal. उस पैसे को हम बोलेंगे प्रिंसिपल, जो हमने बैंक में डिपॉजिट किया है, जो हमने इन्वेस्ट किया है. So if we have deposited 10,000 rupees, then this 10,000 is known as the principal. Okay. Now, what amount of interest will bank pay to us? So this is already fixed. अगर हम बैंक में पैसा लेकर के जाते हैं, तो बैंक आपको पहले इन्फॉर्म करेगा, if you invest in this particular kind of fixed deposit, then you will receive 8% of interest per annum, or you will receive 10% of interest per annum. So that is known as the rate of interest. That is known as the rate of interest. So the rate at which the interest is charged for the definite length. हमने कितने टाइम पीरियड के लिए इन्वेस्ट किया है, that is for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year or more, then it is known as the rate of interest. So now, one thing is accumulated amount. What is the amount? It is the sum total. Amount is known as the sum total of principal and interest. So amount is equal to principal plus interest. Okay. All right. So now let us begin with a simple interest, and we are going to write some of the basic formulas. We are starting with the basic. If anybody is having the mathematical phobia, we have to just keep that out now, because this chapter is very, very easy, but as well as logical. If we keep our logic with us, then of course we will be able to solve more questions within less time. All right. Okay. So now many of you are messaging that we have seen your videos of previous batch. That's good. Calculator tricks. Yes, of course, we will learn the calculator tricks in this session as well. And in this chapter especially, calculator tricks are most important, because this can solve our question within seconds. So of course, we will learn the calculation tricks as well. So no need to worry. All right. Okay. So let us begin with the first formula of simple interest. So when we are talking about the simple interest, it can be written as SI. Whenever SI is written, it is known as simple interest. Now there is one simple formula, that is principal multiplied by rate multiplied by time and then divided by 100. Principal multiplied by rate multiplied by time and then divided by 100. Alternatively, R by 100 can be written as I. R by 100 can be written as I. So we can write the formula P I T. This is again the formula for simple interest. So one and the same thing. हम किसी भी तरह से लिख सकते हैं notation में, there is no issue. All right. And I'm using the mixed language so that the students from Hindi medium or you are from any background, there will be no worries. And most of the time I will be using English and with some of the repetitions in Hindi language. All right. Okay. So Avinash says your class is very interesting. Virish Kolkar says you are very interesting. Your class is interesting. Thank you so much, guys. Let's enjoy our studies. So this is the first formula of simple interest. Now, what is the second formula? Second, we were talking about amount. How to calculate amount. So amount is the principal plus interest. Amount is principal plus interest. Now, one thing can be done. In place of interest, we can substitute the formula for interest. Like, in place of I, we are writing P, I, T. That is the formula for interest. Now, what can be done? We can take P common. We can take P as common. So, what is left? 1 plus I, T. So, this is the third formula for amount. Okay. So, we have discussed three formulas now. First one was the basic simple interest. Second formula is to calculate the amount when principal and interest is known to us. And the third one is to calculate the amount when principal, rate of interest, and time period is known to us. So we have to use these three different formulas at different point of time. Okay. All right. So let us begin with example number 1. We are beginning with example number 1 from our study material ICI module. All right. I think you might be having, and if you are not having your modules with you, you can download it from the BOS Knowledge portal. All right. So we are going to start the first example. How much interest will be earned on rupees 2000 at 6% simple interest for 2 years? So one of the important thing to solve the question in mathematics or statistics, to always write down the given things first. In the initial phase, if we have to solve the questions, then the best thing is to write down what is given to us. So see, how much interest will be earned? That means we have to find out the interest. We have to calculate the interest. On means what amount we have invested. So this 2000 is known as the principal. At 6% simple interest. So 6% is nothing but the rate of interest. That is I, we can say. And 2 is the time period. 2 is the time period. So now we can apply the formula for simple interest, that is principal multiplied by rate. So now for rate 6% is written, so we will write 6 divided by 100, or even we can write 0.06. All right. Multiply by 2. Now we can cancel out the zeros and get the answer. So 2 into 6 into 20. How much we are getting? Rupees 240. This is the simple interest. Yes, so many of you have given the answers. Good going. Now, second one is a similar question. Sania deposited 50,000 in a bank for 2 years. So the deposited amount is 50,000. So this is known as principal. The time period is 2 years. So this is time 2. And the rate of interest is 5.5%. So this is I. Now what we have to calculate, we have to compute the interest. So simple interest is equal to 50,000 multiplied by 5.5 divided by 100 and then multiply with 2 years. So now we can do the calculations on our calculator. Simply what we have to do, type 50,000 multiply 5.5% and then multiply 2 and then press equal to. You will get your result. So we are getting how much? 5,500. 5,500 is the simple interest for 2 years. All right. Great. So many of you have given the answer. Yes. Now there is one common doubt in the chat section, which I can see. Some of you are asking, how do we know that we should use simple interest or compound interest? The one thing is, like the question will say to us, the question will clearly mention what kind of formula we have to use, whether it is simple or whether it is compound. All right. But in this particular question, it was not given because it was under the heading of simple interest. So it might miss out. But whenever we are talking about the examination, our test papers, then it will be always mentioned that which formula you have to use. If nothing is mentioned, then by default, you can use the simple interest. By default, we can use simple interest. Otherwise, the question will write about the compounding system. All right. Okay, then Barkatullah is asking, can we use GST calculator in exam? Yes, that can be used, but that is not having our usage in our calculation basically. So if you have GST or you don't have GST, doesn't matter. All right. Okay. Then now, in the second illustration, second example, we have calculated the interest. So if we have to calculate the amount as well, then how much will be the amount? The amount is simply the sum of principal and interest. So we can add 50,000 plus 5,500 and it becomes 55,500. So this is the amount. Mr. Adish Shah. Yes, Adish, I'm receiving your messages. Thank you so much. Okay, now moving towards example number 4. Example number 4. Sachin deposited rupees 1 lakh in the bank. So this amount was deposited. So this is known as the principal for 2 years. So 2 years becomes the time period at simple interest of 6%. So 6 is nothing but the rate of interest. How much interest would he earn? Kitna interest Sachin ko milega? We have to find the interest and also the final value of deposit. So now what is the meaning of final value of deposit? This means amount. How much amount we will receive at the end of 2 years. At the end of 2 years. So always we have to read the language very carefully. Okay. And whatever is required, accordingly, we have to choose the correct option. So in this case, interest was required and amount was required. So easily we can calculate. So I think you can do this question, guys. Sivasri is asking, will the answer for simple and compound interest be same? No. It is different in most of the cases, but in some cases you might find them equal. So what will be those cases we will discuss while doing the compound interest. Okay. Anjana is asking this chapter is easy or tough. So if we are doing a bit of good practice, then of course this chapter will be very easy for us. Okay, so most of you have given the answer 12,000 and then 1,12,000. Good going, everyone. Okay, now the fifth example, find the rate of interest. So this time we have to calculate the rate of interest. If the amount owed after 6 months is rupees 1050, अगर 6 months के बाद हमें अमाउंट मिलता है कितना 1050 and the borrowed amount being rupees 1000. So now at this point, we have to understand what is given in the question. So first thing is we have to find the rate of interest, that is I. Then 6 months is the time period. 1050, it is the amount after 6 months. So 1050 is the amount, that is A. And borrowed amount being 1000. So if a person has borrowed rupees 1000 and after 6 months he has to pay 1050, this implies that this shows that he is paying rupees 50 as the interest. Rupees 50 as the interest for how much tenure? For 6 months. For 6 months. So we have to calculate the rate of interest. So the formula is same. We can just apply the values and get the result. So in place of interest, we can substitute 50 because 50 is the difference, which is interest is equal to principal. We are having the principal 1000 multiply by I and then multiply by the time period. So now this time the time period is 6 months. We have to convert it into years. So 6 months to be converted into years, we have to divide by 12. 6 by 12. So now we can get the result. Let us do the calculation. 50 multiplied by 12 and then divided by 6,000. So we are getting I as 0.1. So this I is in decimal, and in terms of percentage, if we have to calculate, so we can multiply with 100. So 0.1 multiplied by 100, we will get 10% per annum. So 10% per annum becomes the rate of interest. Okay. Akansha Rani, you are getting technical error, but I'm receiving your messages, so no need to worry, Akansha. Your messages are reaching me. And yes, most of you have given the correct answer. That is 10% per annum. Perfect. So now as we proceed into this chapter, the level will increase. We will level up the things. All right. Okay. So now we are doing the next thing. That is example number 6. Rahul invested rupees 70,000 in a bank. So Rahul is investing 70,000 at the rate of 6.5% per annum. So this is the rate of interest. And he received 85,925 after end of the term. That means after the tenure, he is receiving this much. So this is known as the amount. So 70,000 was the principal and 85,925 is the amount. 6.5% is simply the rate of interest. So find out the period for which the sum was invested. So we have to find the time period. All right. So what can be done? We can apply our formula. So first of all, amount is 85,925 and principal is 70,000. So we have two options for using the formula. One option is to use the basic simple interest formula. So for that, we have to calculate the interest. So how we can calculate the interest? It is simply amount minus principal. So 85,925 is the amount and 70,000 is the principal. So we will get 15,925 as the amount, as the interest. So this is the interest. Now we can use the formula for SI. Simple interest is equal to principal multiplied by rate of interest, that is 6.5%, and then multiply by the time period. Now we can do the simplification and get the result. Two zeros get cancelled. Now let us calculate. So 15,925 divided by 700 and divided by 6.5. So we are getting the time period as 3.5 years. 3.5 years. This is the time period. Harnur says I am getting 35. No dear, you have to cancel one more zero and then you will get 3.5 years. Okay, Harnur? Isha Pandit says your teaching style is very nice. Thank you, Isha. Naba Siddiqui says your answers are visible. Yes, Naba, your answers are visible. Vaishnavi Ben Jadhav says live lecture. Yes, this is the live lecture only, Vaishnavi. Okay, so most of you have given the answers. Great. Diksha Agarwal says, please explain example number 6 once again. Okay, no worries. So now, what was given? The question says, Rahul invested 70,000. Say if you are Rahul, आपके पास 70,000 रुपीज है और आपने वो बैग लेकर के आप बैंक में गए और बैंक वाले को बोला मेरे पास ये 70,000 रुपए हैं. आपने बैंक में 70,000 रुपीज डिपॉजिट किए. बैंक वाले ने बोला मैं आपको 6.5% के रेट से इंटरेस्ट दे सकता हूं. तो बैंक ने आपको इस रेट से इंटरेस्ट दिया. नाउ अब आपने कैलकुलेशन किया और ये पता लगा कि 85,925 ये आपको मिलेगा एट द एंड ऑफ द टर्म. आपने बैंक में जाकर के सब कुछ डिस्कस कर लिया. आपको पता है प्रिंसिपल आपने कितना डिपॉजिट किया, बैंक से रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट कितना मिलेगा, हमें वापस अमाउंट कितना मिलेगा, सब पता लग गया. घर पे आने के बाद लेट्स से आप भूल गए कि आपने कितने टाइम के लिए पैसा डिपॉजिट किया और अब आपको निकालना है वो टाइम पीरियड जिसके लिए आपने अपना मनी डिपॉजिट किया है. सो उसको हम कैसे कैलकुलेट करेंगे? तो एक मेथड तो था दैट वी हैव कैलकुलेटेड इंटरेस्ट फर्स्ट. हमने पहले इंटरेस्ट को कैलकुलेट किया. So how do we calculate the interest? Amount minus principal. तो अमाउंट में से हमने प्रिंसिपल को माइनस किया. जो पैसा हमें वापस मिलने वाला है दैट इज 85,925, इसमें से 70,000 को रिड्यूस कर दिया. सो हाउ मच एडिशनल वी आर गेटिंग? वी आर गेटिंग 15,925. दिस इज द इंटरेस्ट. ओके, सो इतना पैसा हमें कितने साल के लिए मिल रहा है वो पता लगाना है. तो हमने यूज किया हमारा फॉर्मूला दैट इज इंटरेस्ट इज इक्वल टू प्रिंसिपल मल्टीप्लाई बाय रेट मल्टीप्लाई बाय टाइम. एंड बाय यूजिंग दिस फॉर्मूला हमें टाइम मिल गया कितना? 3.5 इयर्स. ऑल्टरनेटिवली हम सेकंड फॉर्मूला यूज कर सकते हैं दैट इज अमाउंट इज इक्वल टू प्रिंसिपल मल्टीप्लाई बाय 1 प्लस IT. This formula can also be used. In place of amount, we can substitute 85,925. In place of principal, 70,000. Then 1 plus. In place of I is how much? 6.5%. So we can write 6.5 divided by 100, that is 0.065. So it is 0.065. And then for time period, we can write T. Okay. Now, what is the next step? 70,000 is getting multiplied with this bracket. So it will go on other side and then divide. So we are dividing 85,925 with 70,000. So let us divide. So after dividing, we are getting 1.2275 is equal to 1 plus 0.065t. Now, what is the next step? This 1 is getting added on right hand side. We can shift on the left and subtract. So 0.2275 is equal to 0.065t. Now, in order to calculate the t, we have to divide it with 0.065. So let us divide 0.065. And here again, we are getting 3.5 as the result. So time period is 3.5 years. All right. So always we calculate the rate on monthly basis. Okay. So whether it is mentioned or not, we always calculate the rate on per annum basis or yearly basis. Abdul Rahman says, are my comments visible? Yes, Abdul. Mohammed Itasam says your teaching style is great. Thank you so much. Okay, Diksha has understood. Rafiqan has understood. Okay, got it. Vishnu is asking, we will even solve the exercise problem. Yes, of course, we will solve the exercise as well. That is the fourth A part, which is based on the simple interest. We will solve our exercise as well. No need to worry. So this was example number 6. Now, moving towards illustration number 7. So now, let us understand the question first. It is always important to give few seconds to understand the question. If you understood the question, then of course we can calculate the answer carefully and easily. Couple deposited some amount in a bank. Now, what couple has deposited, we don't know, because the question says some amount in a bank for 7.5 years. So this is the time period at the rate of 6% per annum. This is the rate of interest. At the rate of simple interest is also given in the question. Now, couple received 1,01,500 at the end of the term. So after the end of the tenure of 7.5 years, couple is receiving 1,01,500. Now we have to compute the initial deposit of couple. कपिल का इनिशियल डिपॉजिट क्या है ये हमें पता लगाना है. So I think you have understood the situation. तो सिचुएशन क्या है मैं एक बार आपको हिंदी में एक्सप्लेन कर देता हूं. आप कपिल हैं और आपने क्या किया, हमारे पिगी बैंक से आपने पैसा निकाला और बैंक में जाके डिपॉजिट कर दिया. अब बैंक में आपने डिपॉजिट कर दिया तो बैंक वाले ने बोला आपको 7.5 साल के बाद 6% की रेट से 1,01,500 रुपए मिलने वाले हैं. हमने पिगी बैंक से पैसे निकाल करके बैंक को दे दिए, लेकिन पैसे कितने थे हमें नहीं पता. बैंक वाले ने बोला कि हमें 1,100,1,500 मिलेगा एट द एंड ऑफ 7.5 ईयर. रेट भी पता है तो हम क्या निकाल सकते हैं, द प्रिंसिपल अमाउंट, कि हमारे पिगी बैंक में कितने पैसे थे, हमने कितना पैसा इन्वेस्ट किया है. So simply we have to calculate the principal. So let us use the formula. Amount is equal to principal 1 plus IT. So in place of amount, we can write 1,01,500. Principal we have to find 1 plus IT. What is I? 6%. That is 0.06. And the time period is 7.5 years. So we can multiply with 7.5. 7.5. So let us calculate. 0.06 into 7.5. We are getting 0.45, so it is 1.45p is equal to 1,01,500. So in order to calculate the p, what we have to do, divide it with 1.45. So let us divide 1,01,500 divided by 1.45, and we are getting the answer as 70,000. So this was the amount which we deposited in the bank. All right. Rafikan says your teaching style is very clear. Thank you so much. Nazila says you are amazing. You all guys are amazing and very interactive. I'm also enjoying from you guys. And of course, you have to answer each and every question. So this session is more interactive. You will be also find interest, and I will be more interacting with you, and we will be doing more and more questions in our sessions. All right. Okay, Sankalp the Paswan says, can we use calculator in exams? Yes, of course you have to use the calculator in exams, because without your calculator, we will not be able to solve most of the questions. All right. Okay, Alpi Thangal Masthan. Yes. So I am receiving your query as well. And of course, you are famous. No need to worry. Okay, understood, understood. Great. So now, let us move to the next example, which is example number 8. A sum of rupees 46,875 was lent out at simple interest. So ये पैसा हमने डिपॉजिट किया है, हमने लेंड किया है. कितना अमाउंट है ये? 46,875, and at the end of 1 year 8 months, time is given 1 year and 8 months, the total amount was 50,000. So after the tenure has ended, we have received 50,000. So find out the rate of interest percent per annum. So similar kind of example we have done above. So of course you can try this now and let me know the answer. Okay. So I'm not showing you the answer. I will scroll after your comments. Okay. So you have 1 minute. You can solve the question in 1 minute and hit the comment box. Till then, I'm reading your all the comments. Okay, so many of you have given the answer. Navneet has given 4%, Viresh 4%, Jasgun Kaur, then Sehajpreet Kaur, Rohit. Everyone is saying 4%. Good. Pooja Kumari, Priya, Kuldeep, Kaveri, Shivam, Keshav. Yes. Devjit Sharma, Karn, Varda Fatima, Srinidhi. Srinidhi is having different answer, 3.7. Harnoor is asking about the paper pattern. Yes, I will let you know here. Anam Zareen, 4%. Bivu Pandey, 4%. Sivsari, 4. Tejasri, 4. Manash, 4. Ritik Sharma, Muskan Kazi, Manch, Kalyani, Yeah, great. So everyone is giving the 4%, and yes, 4% is the perfect answer, right? So I have given you the two methods. You can use any one of them to solve your answer. One is the same, which is solved here, and the second one is to compute the interest first and then use the formula for simple interest. Okay, so if you have to solve using that method, I will show you here. So first calculate the interest, 50,000 minus 46,875. So how much we are getting? 3,125. This is the interest. Then the time period is 1 year, 8 months. So we have to complete the time completely into the year. So we are having 1 year and 8 months. So we can write it as 1 year means 12 months, and 12 plus 8 becomes 20 months. So we can write 20 months, and in terms of year, we can write 20 by 12 months. 20 by 12 months. So it will be easy for us to calculate. So now interest is 3125 is equal to principal 46875 multiplied by the rate of interest and then multiply by the time, which is 20 by 12. And now we can simplify and get the result. So let's check. 3125 multiplied by 12 divided by 46875 and then divided by 20. So we are getting I as 0.04. And in order to calculate in terms of percentage, we can multiply with 100 and get the result as 4%. Yes. So 4% is the correct answer. And all those who are not getting the 4%, you can note it down how to calculate this kind of solution. Okay. Okay, Rohit is asking about some calculator tricks. Yes, Rohit, we will discuss because these are the basic calculations. So this is not having to just we have to multiply and divide and we will get the result. So nothing is coming as such. But yes, in the coming questions, we will discuss the tricks. Vipin says total amount kitna lena hai? The final amount जो given है question में that is 50,000 Vipin and principal is 46,875. Akansh is asking, can question number 7 be solved from any method? Yes, of course, you can solve by any of your method. No need to worry. Then, example number 9. What sum of money will produce 28,600 as an interest? Now here, the language is the most important thing. 28,600 as an interest. So the question is giving us the simple interest in 3 years and 3 months. So this is the time period at 2.5% per annum. So this becomes the rate of interest and at the simple interest. So we have to, of course, use this formula for simple interest because SI is given in the question. So let us use 28,600 is equal to, in place of principal, we can write P. For the rate, we can write 2.5% and then time period. So time period is 3 years and 3 months. So for 3 years, 3 years means 36 months plus 3 months additional we are having. In total, we are having 39 months. And in order to calculate in years, we have to divide by 12. So 39 by 12 years. So we will write 39 by 12. And then we can simplify. So now let us multiply and get the results. So 28,600 multiplied by 1200 divided by 2.5 and then divided by 39. So we are getting the principal as 3,52,000. This is the principal, 3,52,000. Okay, so Viresh is asking about the tricks. Yes, of course, we are moving towards the exercise soon, and then we will discuss the tricks there. Okay. Mayur is asking about some MCQ assessments. No, first we will discuss the topic, and after that we will take the assessments. Okay. So this was example number 9. Now you can try example number 10 as well. In what time will rupees 85,000 amount to 1,57,675 at 4.5% per annum? So in this question, clearly we have to calculate the time period. So you can try and get the result. Come on, I'm waiting. And after that, we will begin with the exercise. So here amount and principal both are given. So we can use both the methods, whether the formula for simple interest or whether the formula for calculating amount. Both are valid. You can use any of the method. Yes. So Vardha has given 19 answer. Gunshita is getting 19. Karan, Sivsaris, Kaveri, Karan Singh, Devjit, Navneet. Yes. Everyone is getting 19 answer. 19 years. Jaswan is asking at what time MCQ assessment are uploaded. Please tell me, I'm unable to attempt it. Yes, first of all, you can calculate, you can do all your chapters, and after that, whenever it will be uploaded, you will get the notification. Okay. Ashish is saying 1 year, 9 months. No, Ashish, it is not 19 months. We are getting 19 years as the answer. Okay. So 1 year, 7 months will be incorrect. You have to write 19 years and not 19 months. Yes, module questions are enough, but also I will be giving some additional questions to you. I will upload in your application. No need to worry. So you can practice from there as well. Okay. So now let us move towards the exercise 4th A. 4th A exercise. This is the one of the basic exercise, and we have to start from question number 1. So let us answer question number 1 first. Now, all these you have to try simply on your calculator. No need to write anything in your notebook. Just take the calculator, use the formula in mind, and try to solve completely on the calculator. All right. So the first one says find simple interest on 3,500 for 3 years at 12%. So simply On calculator, what can be done? We can type 3,500 multiply by 12% and then multiply by 3. You will get your result. How much? 1260. Yes, 1260. All right. Arshdeep is asking, in all cases, we will take years. Okay. In the previous question, the result was 19, and so that 19 is nothing but the years because we always use time in years in the formula. We never use monthly because rate we are using per annum. If rate is per annum, then of course the time will be year in years. Okay, so both will be the matching concept. In accounts, you might have read the matching concept. Similarly, here also, if rate is per annum, then you will get the time in years. If rate is monthly, then accordingly you will get the monthly result. Okay, so by default, the time period, whatever you receive, will be in years. Then Srinidhi Revankar is asking, 3 year, 3 months can be taken as 3.3 years. No, not at all. That will be wrong. If you are talking about this thing, like if we are having 3 years and 3 months, so this cannot be taken as 3.3. This will be completely wrong. Okay, so what you have to do, if you have to write in decimal, you can do one thing. 3 years and for 3 months you can divide it with 12, so it will become 1/4. So 3 1/4 years can be written, or you can write 3.25 years. So the exact decimal value will be 3.25 instead of 3.3. All right. So you can write in decimal 3.25, or you can write in fraction, that is 39 by 12, so that there will be no error. Yes, so most of you have given the answers, that is 1260. Then second one is also given, most of the answers, most of you have given the answer for the question number second and third as well. That's great. So Shruti Mule says 3375 for the question number second. So 5,000 was the principal, rate of interest is 15%, the time period is 4.5 years, and you have to calculate the interest. So simply we have to calculate on the calculator 5,000 multiplied by 15% and then multiply by 4.5 years. We are getting 3375. Option number A is perfect answer. Great. Okay, Alpi Tangal Masthan is asking about, is there any negative marking in maths? Yes, of course, there will be negative marking. See, whenever we are talking about our papers, then our paper number 3 and paper number 4 are of course MCQ type papers. That is multiple choice questions. So we are getting 100 questions in exams, 100 questions, and out of these 100, 40 questions will be from mathematics portion, 40 will be from statistics portion, and remaining 20 will be from logical reasoning portion. So 40, 40, 20, which makes total 100. And for the correct answer, you will get 1 mark. For incorrect answer, no marks will be awarded, but for wrong, 0.25 will be deducted. And for leaving the question, nothing will happen. No positive marking, no negative marking. In that case, nothing will happen. All right. So negative marking is there, and that is for 0.25 per question. All right. Okay, Ayushi Tripathi is asking, today the session was started late. No, Ayushi, the session got started at 2 p.m. sharp. I think you got the message late. No need to worry. You can see the recording from the beginning. All right. Okay, so let us do the question number third now. If P is equal to 5,000, principal is 5,000, time is 1 year, interest is 300, we have to find out the rate of interest. Now try to do this on calculator. Think in your mind, apply the formula in your mind and get the result. Because you know the formula, you can apply it and get the result. So what can be done? In place of simple interest, we will write 300. Then we can divide it by the principal, 5,000, and divide with the time, that is 1 year. We are getting 0.06. In terms of percentage, we are getting 6%. So simply we can calculate it on the calculator. Yes, most of you have given the answer. Nazila is saying, if in case of half year, can we write 0.5? Yes, 0.5 is perfect because half year means 6 by 12 and 6 by 12 is 0.5. You can write. Okay, most of you have given the answer for fourth as well. Singh Rajiv Kumar, 2700. Bhavna, 2700. Okay, so let us see the question number fourth. Principal is 4500, amount is 7200, and we have to calculate the simple interest. So the simple interest will be the difference of amount and principal. So it will be 7200 minus 4500. So 2700 is the correct answer. Next one. Let's try question number 5. Come on. Question number 5. Principal is there, amount is given, time is there, 2.5 years. We have to find out the rate percent per annum simple interest. So rate is required to be calculated. So of course we can use both the methods as we have discussed. So you have to try on your calculator only. No need to use the paper. Just use the tricks. So first you have calculated, let's say, the simple interest. So you are typing on the calculator 4,500, then divide by the principal, because principal will go on other side and will get divided. So divided by 12,000. Then rate also will go on other side and get divided. So divide by 12.5%, and then you will get your result. So how much we are getting finally? How much? 3 years. Let's check 2 years or 3 years. So we are doing question number 5, and for 5 we are getting the rate as 15%. So what we have done, 4,500 as the simple interest. Principal we have divided by 12,000, and then we have divided by the time. That is 2.5 years. We can write 2.5 or even 5 by 2. So you are getting 15%. Yes. Shwangi Bin says my answer is 15%. Great. Okay, Sanjay Kamath has done each and every question and sent all the answers. That's great. Okay. So for the next question, question number 6, we are getting the answer is 2. Now sometimes we can like see the question and get the result like this only. just as the case in question number 6. If we talk about the sixth question, see, the principal is given 10,000. All right. Interest is there 2,500. Rate is 12.5%. So if we try to calculate orally, 10,000 multiplied by 12.5% for 1 year, how much it comes? 1250. 1250 is the interest for 1 year. So for 2 years, how much will be the interest? Just double. That is 2,500. And yes, that is only given in the question. So answer will be 2 years. So if we have some basic calculative mind, if we know some basic tables, some basic calculations orally, then we can solve the question more faster. So one of the most important thing which we have to remember is to learn the tables. Learn the tables. And most of the student, like whenever I ask the student to learn the tables, they only reply that we have the calculator. So why to learn the table? There is no need to learn the table. But whenever we are talking about the test series or exams, most of the students are not able to solve all the questions because of their speed. सबकी स्पीड कम कहाँ हो जाती है कैलकुलेशंस में. अगर हम सारी कैलकुलेशन कैलकुलेटर पे करेंगे तो हमारा माइंड क्या करेगा. तो हमें दोनों को साथ में यूज लेना है. माइंड भी अपनी कैलकुलेशन करे, कैलकुलेटर भी अपनी कैलकुलेशन करे एट डिफरेंट डिफरेंट प्लेसेस, सो वी विल बी एबल टू सॉल्व more questions with more accuracy in lesser time period. So it is always important to learn the table till 25. Minimum, you must learn the table till 25. It will help you so much. All right. Tamanna says question 5 again. समझा दो please. Okay, Tamanna. See, Tamanna, principal is given, amount is given. तो अगर आप दोनों को माइनस करते हो, सब्ट्रैक्ट करते हो, आपके पास क्या आएगा? इंटरेस्ट. So how much interest you are getting? 4,500. So in the formula for simple interest, हमने substitute किया है 4,500. 12,000 is the principal, 2.5 is the time period, and I is the rate of interest. अभी क्या करना है आपको? डिवाइड करना है. 12,000 वहां जाके डिवाइड होगा and 2.5 will go on other side and get divided. So after getting divided, you will get the answer as 15%. Okay, Tamanna? Okay, Vagdevi says, which table we have to learn? So you have to learn the mathematical tables up to 25. It must be learned by heart. Like you must be having the knowledge of how much is 24 into 5, how much is 24 into 9. You must have all these knowledge. So अगर आपको ये सब calculation करना orally आ जाएगा, your speed will get double. And also there will be some of the calculator tricks, some of the oral calculation tricks will be there. So you can learn that as well. Okay, we will discuss over that more. Then next is question number 6. Saim Bapna says, can you explain question number 6 again? Anam Zareen says, question number 6, I'm getting 2.08. No, the answer is exactly 2 years. See, you have to type whatever I'm saying on the calculator. Just do that. Okay. So first type 2,500. You don't have to write these things. Just type on your calculator and get the result. Okay. I'm showing you the trick. What is I? You have to write 2,500 divide, then type 10,000, then divide 12.5%. Okay, 2,500 divide 10,000 divide 12.5%, and you will get the exact result, that is 2. All right. So just by clicking few buttons on the calculator, your answer will be on your screen. Atufa says table from 2 to 25. Yes, Atufa, you are right. Bhavna Bandhava says sorry, but there is another Bhavna because I am not typing. No need to worry. Navneet is having doubt in question number 7. Okay, we will discuss. Okay, some of the students are getting asking for a break. Okay, we will take a short break now for 5 minutes, and then we will continue with all these questions with some additional questions as well. Okay, so let's have a 5 minutes break. Okay, so welcome back now after the break. So we were doing question number 6, and then we are on the question number 7 now. Yes. So let us do the question number 7. Principal is 8,500. Amount is given 10,200. Rate of interest is there, and we have to simply find out the time period. We have to find the time period. So what will be the time? Let us calculate. It is very much easy. First, we can calculate interest. Interest will be 10,200 minus 8,500. How much will come? 1,700. So this will be the interest. So now this is the interest, and now we have to calculate the time period. So just type on your calculator. Just type on your calculator 1700 divided by 10,200 divided by 12.5%. Have you tried? And let me know how much is the answer coming. So 1700, sorry, we have to write 8,500 instead of 10,200 because 8,500 is the principal and not 10,200. Okay, just change the figure, please. So what we have to do, 1700 divided by 8,500 divided by 12.5%. So let's check how much we are getting. We are getting 1.6. So this 1.6 is the years. We are getting 1.6 years. So this 1.6 year means 1 year 6 months or 1 year 7 months. Yes, now we are having both the option. 1.5 year is one option and 1 year 7 months is the other option. Now which one is correct? So now understand very carefully here. This is very, very important. Just understand. 1.6 years means 1 year plus 0.6 years. All right, we have done splitting. 1 plus 0.6. Now, in order to convert the 0.6 years into months, what we have to do? Just multiply with 12. Just multiply with 12. So we are getting 1 year, and 0.6 into 12 is 7.2 months. To 1 year and 7.2 months. If we do the basic round off, we will get 1 year and 7 months. 1 year and 7 months will be the correct answer. All right. So the first step was to calculate the interest, that is amount minus principal. So we got 1700. After that, we have calculated the time period, that was 1.6 years. And for the decimal portion, we have converted into months. All right. So it become 1 year and 7 months. Let's say if it was 2.4 years. अगर आपको 2.4 years को convert करना है तो कैसे convert करेंगे? So 2 years plus 0.4 into 12. Now what is 0.4 into 12? It is 4.8. So 2 years and 4.8 months. If we round it off, it will become 2 years and 5 months. Okay, so in this manner we can calculate the year and months. Year and months. So 1.6 does not means 1.5 year. What will be 1.5 year? If it was 1.5 years, this means 1 year and 6 months. Okay, but 1.6 will mean 1 year and 7 months. All right. Okay. So now let us move towards the next question, which is question number 8. The sum required to earn a monthly interest. Now this time the question is saying we have to receive monthly interest. How much? 1200 at the rate of 18% per annum. 18 is the rate, but this rate is per annum, simple interest. Then what will be the sum? That is the principal. So simply what can be done? We can convert the monthly portion into annual portion. So let's do this in place of simple interest. So let us write the formula here. Simple interest is equal to principal rate time by 100. We require monthly interest of 1200. So this is for 1 month. So for the whole year, it will be multiplied by 12. We have to find the principal. How much rate is given? The rate is 18%. So 18 by 100. 18 by 100. And if we calculate it for complete year, what will happen? Just do the calculation and get the results. Let's see how much we are getting. 1200 multiplied by 12 divided by 18%. So we are getting 80,000 as the principal. 80,000 is the principal amount. All right. Yes. Most of you have given the answers. That's perfect. Now, question number 9. A sum of money amounts to 6,200 in 2 years and 7,400 in 3 years. The principal and rate of interest are. Yes, now this is the challenging and interesting question. Question number 9 is very much logical, challenging, as well as interesting question. Let's do this. The question says, if we are investing some money, if we are investing certain money for 2 years, we are getting 6,200 back. So we are investing, let's say, P amount, and we are P as the principal, and we are getting 6,200 as the amount. Then secondly, if we invest again the same principal but for 3 years, then we receive 7,400. 7,400. So this is the situation. We have deposited certain principal for 2 years. After 2 years, we will get 6,200. If we deposit the same principal for 3 years, we will get 7,400. Okay. So now the thing to understand here is, if the principal is same, then why the amounts are different? If this principal is same, then why the amounts are different? Why they are different? Just because of the difference in the time period. Just because of the difference in time period. The first principal was invested for 2 years and the second one was for 3 years. That means there is a gap of 1 year. There is a gap of 1 year. So for this 1 year, we are receiving an additional amount. For this 1 year, we are receiving an additional amount of how much? Of 1,200. For this 1 year, we are receiving the additional amount of 1,200. This implies that this is nothing but the interest for 1 year. So this 1,200 is the simple interest for 1 year. Okay, understood this much first? This is the simple interest for 1 year. Now if we talk about the figure 6,200, this we are getting after 2 years. That means this amount includes interest of 2 years. 6,200 includes amount interest of 2 years. We can write it here. It includes interest of 2 years. So now what needs to be done? We can remove the interest portion from this and get the principal. So let's do this. Amount is equal to 6,200. Interest. Interest for 1 year is 1,200. For 2 years, it will be 2,400. We can subtract 2,400 and get 3,800 as the principal. So this P is equal to 3,800. This is the result, right? And now we have to calculate the rate of interest as well. So the shortest way to calculate the rate of interest is simply interest for 1 year divided by principal multiplied by 100. You can type 1,200 divided by 3,800% and you will get the result as 31.58%. So this is the rate of interest. All right. Understood, everyone? You can comment down and let me know. Have you understood or not? So 3,800 is the principal and 31.58 is the rate of interest. Okay, so I think everyone has understood. Pushpa Gada says, you make math so easy and your teaching is indeed appreciable and it is a request to teach the statistics part for exam. Yes, I will teach most of the topics, no need to worry. All right. Okay, everyone is saying understood, clear, perfect, crystal clear, very clearly understood. Varda says, I have formed linear equation and then solved. See, no need to form the linear equation because it will be very much lengthy. So no need to make the calculation lengthy here. All right. Okay, Alpi Thangal says, you are really great, sir, and your explanation is good. And even there is no knowledge in your class, I will understand, sir. Thank you. That's great. Okay, so the demand is to how do we calculate this rate of interest very fast? Okay, I will explain once again. Barkatullah says your teaching style is amazing. Thanks, guys. Okay, Lakshmi says, can you explain 9th again? Okay, no need to worry. I will explain it once again. And then I will give you 2 more questions to solve on like similar basis. Okay. So let us understand this question once again from the scratch, from the beginning. So let's say you are having some money. आपके पास कुछ पैसा है और आप वो पैसा लेकर के बैंक में गए हैं और आपने बैंक वाले को पैसा दिया और बैंक वाले ने बोला अगर मैं इस पैसे को 2 साल के लिए डिपॉजिट करता हूं, अगर मैं इसको 2 इयर्स के लिए इन्वेस्ट करता हूं, देन यू विल गेट 6,200 बैक आफ्टर 2 इयर्स. 2 साल बाद आपको कितना मिलेगा? 6,200 मिलेगा. अगर बैंक वाले ने बोला, हमने बैंक वाले को बोला अगर हम 3 इयर्स के लिए डिपॉजिट करें तो कितना मिलेगा? उसने कहा आपको 7,400 मिलेगा आफ्टर 3 इयर्स. दैट मींस उस 1 साल के गैप में हमें एडिशनल कितना पैसा मिल रहा है? दैट इज 1,200. तो 1,200 becomes the interest for 1 ईयर, एक साल का जो इंटरेस्ट आ गया वो कितना है, वन ईयर का जो इंटरेस्ट है वो कितना है, 1200। अब जो 6200 है इसमें 2 इयर्स का इंटरेस्ट इंक्लूडेड है, 2 इयर्स का इंक्लूडेड है। तो अगर 1 ईयर का 1200 है, दैट मीन्स 2 इयर्स के लिए कितना हो जाएगा, जस्ट डबल इट, 2400। तो 6200 में अगर ये 2400 को आपने सब्ट्रैक्ट कर लिया, देन ऑफ कोर्स यू विल गेट द प्रिंसिपल एज 3800। ओके, perfect. And after that we can calculate the rate of interest. So for the rate of interest, the best or the simplest way is to calculate, is write the interest amount for 1 year, that is the 1200 is the interest for 1 year, divided by the principal, that is 3800, and then multiply by 100. You will get the percentage. Parinita says we have to check the logic and apply it for each question. Yes, you can apply. No need to worry. Next one. Question number 10. A sum of money doubles itself in 10 years. The number of years it would take to triple itself. अगर हम कुछ पैसा इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, उसको डबल होने में 10 इयर्स लगते हैं, तो ट्रिपल होने में सा लॉजिक लगाए तो इसका आंसर 1 सेकेंड में आप लेके आ सकते हैं, ओनली 1 सेकेंड। लेट्स से आपके पास 100 रुपीज है और सिस्टम कौन सा, सिंपल इंटरेस्ट। हमने इन्वेस्ट किया और वो पैसा डबल हो रहा है, कितने टाइम पीरियड में, क्वेश्चन ने बोला 10 इयर्स में। सो आपने 100 रुपीज को 10 इयर्स के लिए डिपॉजिट किया एंड आफ्टर 10 इयर्स वो कितना बन गया, 200 बन गया। सो कितने से चेंज आया उसमें, ₹100। ₹100 क्या है, इंटरेस्ट। 100 से जब 200 बना तो जो डिफरेंस 100 रुपीज का है, दैट इज नथिंग बट द इंटरेस्ट। अब हम क्या चाहते हैं, वी रिक्वायर कि पैसा हमारा ट्रिपल बन जाए, 3 टाइम्स। तो 3 टाइम्स अगर बनना है तो 100 से कहां तक जाना पड़ेगा, 300। सो वी हैव टू रीच अप टू 300, अप टू 300। ओके, अभी हमने क्या देखा पहले कि 10 इयर्स में हमें कितना इंटरेस्ट मिला, 100 रुपीज का। अगर हमें 100 रुपीज का और इंटरेस्ट चाहिए तो कितना टाइम और लगेगा, ऑफ कोर्स इट विल रिक्वायर 10 इयर्स। सो हम 10 इयर्स और लगाएंगे एंड वी विल get ₹100 more as the interest, and overall 10 plus 10 that is 20 years में हमारा पैसा कितना हो जाएगा, ट्रिपल। तो अगर 10 इयर्स में डबल हो रहा है तो 10 और ऐड कर दे तो वो ट्रिपल बन जाएगा। अगर 4 टाइम्स करना है एट 10 मोर, दैट इज 30 इयर्स। 5 टाइम्स करना है एट 10 मोर, 40 इयर्स। तो जितना टाइम डबल होने में लग रहा है, 1 by 1 उतना ही टाइम आप ऐड करते रहेंगे, देन यू विल गेट द फर्दर रिजल्ट। ओके, सो द करेक्ट आंसर इज 20 years. It will take 20 years to triple itself. Then one more type of question is there, like if the money doubles in 10 years, find rate of interest. Then how can we calculate the rate of interest? अगर 10 years में पैसा डबल हो रहा है, then what will be the rate of interest? तो rate क्या होगा? How we can calculate? There is one simple trick which we can use here. What is the trick? Let's see. Just divide 100 by this 10 years. You will get the result as 10%. just divide 100 by 10 years, you will get the 10%. अगर आपका पैसा 10 years में डबल हो रहा है तो what is the rate of interest? The rate of interest is 10%. If question says money is getting doubled in 5 years, अगर पैसा 5 years में डबल हो रहा है, divide 100 by 5 years, you will get the rate as 20%. If the money is getting doubled in 8 years, then what will be the rate of interest for 8 years? So 100 divided by 8, you will get 12.5%. So this is the shortest trick which we can use. अगर पैसे को क्या करना है, हमें डबल करना है, just divide 100 with the years. Okay, so 100 divided by years and you will get your result. Now, reverse of this thing. Diksha Agarwal says, after starting CA, first time I enjoyed maths lecture so much. That's great. Thank you, Diksha. So now, reverse of this question. If the rate of interest is 10%, how much time it will take to double the money? How much time it will take to double the money if rate of interest is given? Again, you have to do the same thing. 100 divided by this rate. This time we are dividing the rate. Then we will get the number of years. If let's say the rate is 5%, then how much time it will take? So 100 upon 5, it will take 20 years to double. If the rate is 50%, then how much time it will take? 100 upon 50, it will take 2 years to double. Just simply divide. Okay, so what is the final conclusion? If you have to find the time, then 100 divided by rate, and if you have to find out the rate, then simply 100 divided by time, and then you will get the result. So this short trick is for getting the money double. If you have to double the money, okay. What if you have to triple the money? What if you have to triple the money? So for getting triple, instead of 100, use 200. Instead of 100, use 200. So 200 upon rate, you will get the time. 200 upon time, you will get the rate. You will get the rate. So let us take one example. If the rate is 10%, how much time it will take to triple the money? To triple the money. So what we have to do? 200 divided by 10, that is 20 years. So this is the another way of doing question number 10. This is another way of doing question number 10. Okay, so let us do question number 10 once again. So question number 10 ने क्या बोला हमें कि अगर हम 100 रुपीज को इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, जितना भी इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, तो हमारा पैसा डबल होता है इन 10 इयर्स. अगर 10 इयर्स में पैसा डबल होता है तो व्हाट इज द रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट? तो जो मेथड अभी हमने सीखा, द शॉर्टकट वे which we have learned right now, just we can apply here. 100 divided by time, the rate is 10%. अब एक बार हमें रेट पता लग गई, अब आपको टाइम निकालना है. So now we can calculate the time for getting the money tripled. For triple, we are using 200 divided by this 10%. Now we are getting 20 years. Now we are getting 20 years. So in this manner also we can calculate the question number 10. Yes. All right. So do you understand why we are dividing by 100 or 200? What is the logic behind that? The simple logic is that only if you are investing 100, if you have to double the money, it will become 200. So what is the change? What is the change? The difference is 100. If we have to triple the money, that is from 100 to 300. So what additional we are getting? The additional money which we are getting is 200. Now, see, understand the concept behind this very clearly. I'm explaining you, this is very much easy concept. Okay. Let's say the rate is 10%. Rate कितना है? 10% है. आपके पास कितना मनी है? 100 रुपीज है. क्या करना है हमको? पैसा डबल करना है. ओके. सिस्टम कौन सा है? सिंपल इंटरेस्ट. अब मुझे बताओ, अगर हमने 100 रुपीज को 1 ईयर के लिए इन्वेस्ट किया, 1 ईयर के लिए इन्वेस्ट किया, तो कितना इंटरेस्ट मिलेगा? 100 रुपीज को अगर मैंने 1 ईयर के लिए इन्वेस्ट किया तो कितना इंटरेस्ट मिलेगा? 10 रुपीज. 10 रुपीज मिलेगा. ऑफकोर्स 10 रुपीज मिलेगा 1 ईयर में, इन 1 ईयर. अगर मुझे अपना पैसा डबल करना है, इफ आई हैव टू डबल माई मनी, दैट मीन्स मुझे टोटल टेन्योर में कितना इंटरेस्ट अर्न करना पड़ेगा? मुझे 100 रुपीज का इंटरेस्ट अर्न करना पड़ेगा. राइट. अगर पैसा डबल करना है, 100 इन्वेस्ट किया है, तो मुझे 100 का इंटरेस्ट अर्न करना पड़ेगा. अगर एक साल में मुझे 10 रुपीज का इंटरेस्ट मिलता है, तो 100 रुपीज का इंटरेस्ट मिलने में मुझे कितना टाइम लगेगा? हाउ मच टाइम इट विल टेक टू accumulate rupees 100 as the interest? Simply divide कर लो, तो 100 upon 10, it becomes 10 years. So it will take 10 years to double the money. Similarly, अगर मैं कहता हूं मुझे पैसा ट्रिपल करना है, 100 से 300 पे जाना है, तो कितना इंटरेस्ट अर्न करना पड़ेगा? तो मुझे 200 का इंटरेस्ट अर्न करना पड़ेगा. अगर एक साल में 10 का इंटरेस्ट मिल रहा है, तो 200 कितने सालों में मिल जाएगा? 20 ईयर्स में मिल जाएगा. सिंपल. सो दिस इज द सिंपल लॉजिक बिहाइंड द शॉर्टकट. ओके. सो नाउ यू हैव अंडरस्टूड कि जब भी डबल है तो यूज 100, ट्रिपल है देन यूज 200, 5 टाइम्स है तो यूज 400. ओके. So I have used both the languages in Hindi as well as English so that all of you can understand. Now let me give some question. Yes. This is the question. This is the additional question. You can note it down. Two equal amount of money are deposited in two different banks each, and at 12% per annum for 8 years and 3.5 years respectively. If the difference between their interest is 540, find each sum. Find each sum. Read this question to 2 to 3 times more and then start solving it. I want this answer from you guys. Shalini says, first time I'm enjoying maths because of you. That's great. So what the question want to ask is two equal amount of money are deposited in two different banks, each at 12% per annum for 8 years, and second is for 3.5 years. If the difference between their interest is 540, then find each sum. Find the sum. So let us assume the bank A. This is the bank A, and we have deposited the amount P. For how many years? For 8 years and at the rate of 12%. At the rate of 12%. The second one is the bank B. We have to invest, again the same principle. For how many years? For 3.5 years this time, but the rate of interest is same, that is 12%. Now how much we will get? That is unknown to us. We don't know how much amount we will receive. This amount we don't know. This will be maybe A1, this will be amount second, but we don't know what will be the amount. The question says the difference between the two interest. The difference of interest is rupees 540. 540. Then we have to find each sum. We have to calculate each sum. So how we can calculate? How we can calculate? This we have to find out. Yes, some of you have given the answer. 1000, 1000, 1000. B is correct. B. Karan Singh 1000. Gunshita 1000. Suchit B option. Durgesh 1200. Diksha 1000. Harnoor 1000. Suchit 1000. Jasgun 1000. Great. Everyone is giving 1000 and Durgesh was giving 1200. Yes. So I think most of you have understood how to calculate this. So what was the theme behind this? Why there is a difference of interest? Just because of time. Because the principal is same, the rate of interest is same, the difference is the time. How much is the timing difference? The timing difference is 8 minus 3.5. That is 4.5 years. The difference is of 4.5 years. And just because of this 4.5 years, there is a difference of interest of rupees 540. So 540 is the interest for 4.5 years. 540 is the interest for 4.5 years. So what will be the interest for 1 year? So for 1 year, it will be 540 divided by 4.5. We can simply find that. 540 upon 4.5, we are getting 120. So this 120 is the interest for 1 year. This 120 rupees 120 is the interest for 1 year. So how much will be the principal? So we have to calculate the principal. The shortest way again is to divide interest by interest. In numerator, we will write interest in rupees, and in denominator, we will write interest in terms of percentage. So 120 divided by 12%. Just type on the calculator 120 divided by 12%, and you will get rupees 1000. So 1000 is the correct answer, which most of you have given. All right. So principal is 1000. Let us do one more question. If 1600 amounts to rupees 2100 in 5 years at certain rate of simple interest. If the rate of interest is increased by 1%, it would amount to how much? It would amount to how much? So come on, you can try this question and give the correct answer. I'm waiting. 1600 is the money invested. for 5 years. And after 5 years, we are getting 2,100. If rate increases by 1%, if rate increases by 1%, then how much will be the amount? This we have to find out. Come on. Let us check who gives the answer first. I think you have understood the question. The question is easy, but you might find it tricky. Question is very much easy. Okay, Diksha says might be 336, Harnoor 2180, Karan Singh 2175. Okay, you have to answer according to option. You are having 4 options and you can check and let me know. Harnoor has given option number D, 2180. Pushpa has also given 2180. Then Sivasri 2180. Great. So most of you are getting 2180 as the answer. See, there is a very simple trick here. If the rate of interest increases by 1%, so this rate is always applicable on the principal. Okay. So the principal is 1600. You can apply 1% for how many years? For 5 years. So how much you are getting? 80 rupees. So we will get 80 rupees as the additional interest. 80 rupees as the additional interest. So at present, how much is the amount? 2100. And we will get 80 rupees as additional interest. So total amount will be 2180. So option number D is perfect answer. So Bibu Pandya is given, then Kajal Kumari, Vipin, Avinash, Shruti, Divyanshu, Shazia Ansari, Manjunath, Durgesh Gupta, Gunshita, Shruti, Manas Rathi, Sivasri. Yes, now everyone has given the answer. 2180 is perfect. Okay. So now we have done a lot of the variety of questions from this simple interest. We have done all the illustrations, all the exercise question, and then some additional questions as well. So in the examination, 3 types of mainly question come from the chapter. One is simple interest, second one is compound interest, and the third is annuity and its related concepts. So in today's session, we have basically covered the questions based on simple interest. And in next session, we will be doing compound interest. So compound interest is basically more calculative part. So we have to use calculators and a lot of tricks will come into compound interest. And in annuity chapter, again, more tricks will come as far as we talk about the tricks like GT, M plus, all these will be coming in compound interest as well as annuity in both the sessions. Okay. So if you are having any kind of doubt, you can ask now. And after that, we will wind up the session. Okay. Okay, Diksha says, can you explain once again? Okay, no worries. I will explain. The question says, if rupees 1600 amounts to 2100 in 5 years, अगर हमने 1600 rupees को deposit किया है 5 साल के लिए, तो 5 साल बाद कितना मिलेगा? 2100. किस रेट पे इन्वेस्ट किया हमें रेट नहीं पता और रेट चाहिए भी नहीं, निकालना भी नहीं है. If the rate of interest, लेकिन अगर उस रेट को 1% से बढ़ा दिया जाए, इंक्रीज कर दिया जाए, तो फिर हमें कितना अमाउंट मिलेगा? तो अगर 1% रेट ज्यादा होती तो प्रिंसिपल से हमें एडिशनल इंटरेस्ट मिल जाता। कितना एडिशनल इंटरेस्ट मिलता? सो प्रिंसिपल इज 1600 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 1% मल्टीप्लाई बाय 5%। हमने सिंपल इंटरेस्ट का फॉर्मूला अप्लाई किया है। तो एडिशनल सिंपल इंटरेस्ट कितना मिलता? हमें 80 रुपीज का एडिशनल सिंपल इंटरेस्ट मिल जाता। तो 2100 प्लस एडिशनल 80 वी विल गेट 2180। तो इस तरह से 2180 हम कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं। Gunchita says, thank you very much, sir, for making the maths easy. My pleasure. Please upload some question. Yes, Varda Fatima, I will upload some of the question for the practice. Ashish Kumar says, your teaching method is very easy, and I understand very easily. Your teaching style is so interesting. That's great. Navneet is also saying the same. Thank you for the session. Hanur says, thank you and have a great day. Asha says, I have no doubt because of your teaching style is good. Manjunath is asking about eighth question from exercise 4A. And Barkatul is asking about this alternative question. Okay. So let me explain this first question once again. In this first question, आपको गिवन था अगर हमने टू डिफरेंट बैंक्स है, फर्स्ट बैंक में जो अमाउंट हमने डिपॉजिट किया है दैट इज फॉर 8 years at the rate of 12%. Also there is a second bank and we have invested the same principal at the rate of same rate 12%, but the time is different, that is 3.5 years. So since the time is different, we will get the different amount, and so there will be the difference in interest. So the question is given, the difference of interest is rupees 540. There is a difference of 540 in the interest. So this 540 is just because of 4.5 years time gap. It is just because of 4.5 years time gap. So for 1 year, what will be the interest? So 540 divided by 4.5. ये हमने compute यहाँ पे किया है, that is 120. So this 120 is the interest for 1 year. This is the interest for 1 year. Now what we have to do, we have to calculate the principal. So one way is to use the formula for simple interest and find the principal. Shortest way is to divide interest by interest. In numerator, you can write interest in rupees, and denominator interest in terms of percentage, and you will get the principal as 1000. All right. Okay. Parinita says, thank you so much for the wonderful session. Great. So let me explain the last one, that is question number 8, which somebody was asking. The sum required to earn a monthly interest of 1200 at 18% per annum simple interest. So what we have to find out, the principal monthly. So even you can solve it by using the simple interest normal formula. Let me explain that also. So if we are having monthly, so simply in place of simple interest, you can write 1200 equal to principal, rate is 18 by 100, and in place of time you can use 1 month. So for 1 month we can write 1 by 12th year, 1 by 12th year. So just substitute these values in the formula, and now you can solve and get the result as 80,000. Okay, so this 80,000 becomes your sum, that is the principal. Karan Singh says, मैं आपका 7 जुलाई से वेट कर रहा था. We are all yours. No worry, Karan. Singh Rajiv Kumar says, math seemed to very difficult for me, but you made it easy for your teaching style. Enjoyed your class. That's great. Avinash says, I'm feeling active after your class. Okay. And Manviran says, your way of teaching is very impressive. Thank you. Selva Ganesh, glad to have you, sir. Thank you for making the session wonderful. Great. Shivam says, like your teaching skills, support us to score more. Then join class and we'll make sure. Yeah. Yes, of course, we also want all India rank from you guys. Okay, so it was a very great session with you all. So it's time to leave the today's session and we will meet again in our next session of compound interest. So this is the time to sign off. So bye everyone. Take care and see you soon.